Welcome children. Assessment worksheet number 6, subject science, class 9th. In first column you have to write your name of the student, and in second column you have to write the name of your class teacher. Here a paragraph is given to you, and on this paragraph some questions are given to you. MCQ questions are there. So first of all we will read this paragraph. The growth of plants occurs only in certain specific regions. This is because the dividing tissue, also known as meristematic tissue, is located only at these points. Depending on the region where they are present, meristematic tissues are classified as apical, lateral, and intercalary. Tissues at the tip of stem and roots are called as apical meristem. Meristematic tissues are primarily made up of dividing cells, and these dividing cells continuously divides. Lateral meristem tissues are responsible for the growth of girth in the trunk. Trunk means stem. Now we will discuss question answer. First question is, girth of the stem of a tree increase due to A. Apical meristem, B. Vertical meristem, C. Intercalary meristem, and D. Lateral meristem. So correct answer will be D. Lateral meristem. Question number 2. A long tree has several branches, tissues which supplies water to them is. कौन सा जो पार्ट है वो वाटर प्रोवाइड करता है of different branches of the plant or tree. First one is collenchyma, second xylem parenchyma, C parenchyma, and D xylem vessels. So correct answer will be D xylem vessels. Question number 3. Which of the following does not have perforated walls? किसमें इन चार में से किसमें परफोरेटेड वॉल नहीं होते, वॉल में होल्स नहीं होते या छिद्र नहीं होते? ए ट्रैकीड्स, B companion cell, C sieve tubes, and D vessels. So correct answer will be A tracheids. Tracheids wall does not has perforated or does not perforated walls. Tracheids. Question number 4. A sugarcane plant keeps on growing in the length even after removal of its tips due to the presence of. तो एक शुगर केन ट्री जो है वो keeps on growing in the length even after removal of its tip. तो which one is correct answer? A cambium, B apical meristem, C lateral, and D intercalary meristem. So correct answer will be B apical meristem, which is responsible for the growth of tips of the stem and root. Next question is question number 5. A person met with an accident in which two long bones of his hands are dislocated. Which among the following could be the possible reason behind it? A. Tendon break, B. Break of skeleton muscles, C. Ligament break, and D. Areolar tissue break. So correct answer will be ligament break. Ligaments are the tissue which join bone to bone. So reason of dislocation of bone is break in ligament tissue. Next question. How are simple tissues different from complex tissues in plants? So you have to write the difference between the simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue. Is it xylem and phloem? So what is the difference between simple permanent tissue and complex permanent tissue is सिंपल परमानेंट टिश्यू कैसे होते हैं? आर मेड अप ऑफ ओनली वन टाइप ऑफ सेल्स, while the complex permanent tissues are made up of different types of cells. Simple permanent tissue cell perform the same role because they are made up of only one type of tissues. Example है parenchyma, collenchyma और sclerenchyma. While the complex tissue cell are perform different functions because they are made up of different types of cells, and these cells perform different functions. Example is xylem and phloem. Your next question is living component present in both the complex permanent tissue and primary tissue, or name the living component common to both the complex permanent tissue found in plant. आपको क्या बताना है? living component बताना है which is common in both the कॉम्प्लेक्स परमानेंट टिश्यू. तो बोथ कॉम्प्लेक्स परमानेंट टिश्यूज कौन से होते हैं? जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम. तो विच इज़ कॉमन इन जाइलम एंड फ्लोएम? आंसर इज पैरेन्काइमा टिश्यू. सो लिविंग कंपोनेंट common to both of complex permanent tissue is parenchyma, and function of xylem parenchyma is store food and helps in sideways conduction of water, and phloem parenchyma store food and helps in the sideways conduction of nutrients. So function of both is conduction of water and nutrients and storage of food. Your next question number 4. Question number 4. Name the tissue shown in the diagram. You have to given a diagram and you have to point A, B, C, D. You have to write the name of A, B, C, D. So this is the diagram of phloem. A, sieve plate. B, sieve tube. And C, phloem parenchyma, and D is companion cell. So this is the diagram of phloem. You have to write the names of parts of phloem. Question number 5. Draw a well-labeled diagram of neuron. You can write this diagram with the help of your textbook or by seeing this picture. This is the diagram of nerve cell or neuron. So you can write and label the diagram with the help of this diagram or with the help of your textbook. Next question is write the function of nervous tissue. So you have to write the function of nervous tissue. What is the function of nervous tissue, बच्चों? Function of nervous tissue. The main function of nervous tissue is to receive stimuli and send signals to the brain and spinal cord. And second function is it is responsible for coordination and controlling many body activities. So these are two main functions of nervous tissue. Next question is name the tissue responsible for. यहाँ पर आपको वन वर्ड आंसर देने हैं. फर्स्ट वन इज स्टोरेज ऑफ फैट इन एनिमल्स बॉडी. आंसर इज एडिपोज टिश्यू. सेकेंड, joining one bone to another means bone to bone joined by the ligament, or it is bone connective tissue. You can write ligament. Third, covers external surface of animals. This is epithelium tissue. And fourth, joining a bone to muscle means bone to muscle joining is answer is tendon or tendon tissue. Next question is differentiate between three types of muscles. So three types of muscles are, first one is striated muscles, second is smooth muscle, and third is cardiac muscle. Striated muscles are known as voluntary muscles, smooth muscles are involuntary muscles, and cardiac is also involuntary muscles. Now, what are the difference? First one is striated muscle cells are attached to the bones and help in the body movement. Smooth muscles are responsible for the movement of food in alimentary canal and contraction and relaxation of blood vessels, etc. Cardiac muscles, rhythmic contraction and relaxation throughout the life in the heart or cardiac. Question second difference, these are voluntary muscles and smooth muscles are involuntary muscles, while cardiac muscles are also involuntary muscles. Third difference is voluntary muscles or striated muscles are long, cylindrical, unbranched and multinucleated. इसमें क्या होते हैं? मोर देन 2 न्यूक्लियस होते हैं. मल्टीन्यूक्लिएटेड. जो स्मूथ मसल्स हैं, स्मूथ मसल्स आर लॉन्ग pointed ends and uninucleated. This one is I है यहाँ पर बच्चों, uninucleated. Third, cylindrical muscles are branched and uninucleated. Single nucleus होता है और branched होते हैं. Next is these striated muscles are present in muscles of hands and legs, while these smooth muscles are present in iris of eye, lungs and kidneys, etc., in uterus, etc. And cardiac muscles are present in heart. So these are the differences among the muscles, different types of muscular tissues present in the muscle. So you can sketch the diagram of these three in this way. These are the diagrams of these three types of muscles. First one is striated muscle, multinucleated, smooth muscle, uninucleated, and cardiac muscle. Cardiac muscle is branched and uninucleated. So you can sketch the diagram of these three. Thanks for watching.